Have you ever wondered why other English language learners can speak English well? Actually, they say it's easy and very possible. Just think in English and say it out loud. Easier said than done, right? By the way, I am Jenny, a Filipina and a trainer from DTP Education. Truthfully, even I struggled back then as well. Can you imagine? I only began speaking in English confidently and correctly after finishing my studies at university. Yes, only when I started working. And since I overcame it, I would gladly share with you my secrets on how to start thinking in English so that you can soon express your thoughts with ease and help you speak in English continuously and confidently. So, as second language learners, what difficulties do you experience in learning how to speak in English? As a teacher for over a decade, 9 years in the Philippines, and 5 years in Vietnam, I noticed that the common problems of my students are lack of vocabulary. Sometimes they just use their hand gestures because they don't know the word. Second, poor in grammar. Some students, they just answer with one word answer or phrases with just 2 words or 3 words. And lastly, mispronunciation. Imagine hearing comfortable when it should be comfortable, right? I totally understand if you become really shy to make mistakes because I can relate to it. And this is very natural for us second language learners. And because we don't want to be embarrassed, we go back to our mother tongue and start translating our native language to English. You see, this is a habit that we develop, translating in our head, and then we speak in English. But what do you do if you still can't express yourself and your thoughts in English? This is a perfect opportunity to rethink what we are doing. Why do we need to stop translating and start thinking in English? So let me show you why and help you realize the difficulties we experience whenever we do this. Originally, there are a lot of things going on in a second language learner's mind. Learning how to speak, the fear of lack of vocabulary, little knowledge of grammar, and unsure of the pronunciation. So the learner hesitates to communicate in English, and the translation in the head begins. But look at how translation prevents us from speaking English naturally. 1. Obviously, the main problem is that translation takes a lot of time. You see, thinking in your native language, then interpret it into English, maybe it will take 5 to 10 seconds to translate in our head. So what would you feel if I take a long time to answer you and respond with every time? I bet this will be an unpleasant experience for you. Second, you are limiting your mind's capacity to create challenging and diverse thoughts. Because if you keep translating, mainly translating word per word, which is called literal translation, you won't be able to say meaningful sentences. So look at my examples. Let's say Vietnamese to English. Do you say pig fish or fish pig for dolphin? How about English to Vietnamese? It's raining cats and dogs. How do you translate that word per word? Third, another major problem is that you won't be able to express your thoughts. Talking with 2 to 3 words all the time? Who wants to have a short and boring conversation with another person? I'm sure you want a nice, long, and an enjoyable chit-chat, right? And lastly, number 4, it might end up with mistranslation because you will keep repeating yourself, trying to explain and make your words clear, which I think will be a torturing experience to the person listening to you, right? So for example, you say, I travel, I go fee-man, and I go out, I see bag mouse, I go hotel. Can you imagine listening to that? So, do you still want to go to these troubles of translating native language to English words when you speak in English? Because I don't. And so, it's time to train your brain to think in English, to experience a great deal of benefits like speaking in English naturally, confidently, and I'm pretty sure you will enjoy making conversations using the English language. But how will you make this happen? Since most second language learners like me are scared to speak English at first, regardless of age, I would suggest you keep what you want to say in your head in the meantime. Again, this will be all in your mind, okay? All right, 1. Slowly improve your vocabulary by observing everything around you. So, identify what you see in your house, at school, and outside. Identify anything you see. So when you're at home, bed, sofa, TV, right? So when you're at school, you can identify a lot of things too. And if you're outside, keep identifying things around you. But if you don't know the word, you can ask your parents. If you have a dictionary at home, look the word up. If you're at school, you can actually ask your teacher. Or when you're out with your friends, ask if they know the word. But if you want a fast answer, simply Google it. The second thing you can do is describe it. Use any adjective to describe what you just identified. Bed, big bed. Sofa, long sofa. TV, black TV, right? So just put an adjective. It's actually easy. Third, since you have widened your vocabulary, you're now ready to make simple sentences. You can start with, it's a brown chair. It's a red bag. There are green books. You see, if you are already comfortable making simple sentences, make your sentences one word longer until you make long sentences. Because if you keep doing this, you will be one step closer to becoming a confident English speaker. Since you finished the 3 big steps, you're now ready to make small conversations in your mind. These are the simple sentences you want to say, but you're only thinking about it, okay? So think of short sentences first. For example, there's a tree. There are 2 girls. There are 3 boys. I like soccer. I play soccer. Okay? So these are the things that you can do. But when you are at home, let's say, oh no, I'm hungry. I want chicken. I want pasta. Right? So those are the things that you can do to make simple sentences. And lastly, you can make small conversations in your mind. All right? So look at this one. For example, you are watching Tom and Jerry. Oh, it's Tom. Run, Jerry. And you could also ask yourself or tell yourself something like, what do I do today? I wake up at 7. I brush my teeth, and anything that you want to do today, right? So please keep doing this one and keep making long and longer sentences. Because when you can make longer and longer simple sentences, you have mastered the beginner level thinking in English. So challenge yourself more. I would suggest you do this whenever you're outside the house in school. Let's say this one, okay? So name the objects or recall the difficult words that you have learned. For example, mall. But what's inside the mall? Cinema, restaurant, elevator, right? So just one word. After that, describe the word you just identified. So you could add some adjectives like seats, red seats, room, dark room, spacious room, right? And after that, you're ready to make simple sentences. Like, look at this picture. There are many people. It's a long line. They buy movie tickets, right? So those are just a few ways how to make simple sentences. 3 words in sentences or 4, they are okay already. And after that, create simple conversations in your mind. So look at these 2 girls. What do you think these 2 girls are talking about? It's so slow. I'm hungry. I want to sit down. So anything. So just come up with any conversation in your mind. So I suggest that you do this every day. Spend 5, maybe 10 minutes thinking of what you want to say in English and get creative with your conversations in your mind. It'll be better if you can make dialogues for other people, you know, like what the 2 ladies, the 2 girls were talking about earlier. Yeah, you can do that. And with these 4 steps, you can do these 4 steps anytime you like. After you wake up, when you're on your way to school, maybe during your lunch break, or when you're with your friends, on your way home, or while doing your homework, or even before sleeping. Because once you do this every day, your old habit of translating before speaking will finally come to an end. Honestly, you can do this within a month. As long as you are determined to learn, you can even train your brain to think in English and become successful in just a matter of weeks. Remember, your ultimate goal is to learn to speak in English with confidence, fluency, and clarity. So what are you waiting for? Follow the 4 steps and start thinking in English now. Because when you are ready, I am really sure you can speak English to anyone, anytime, and anywhere. Again, I am Jenny, a second language learner who stopped translating and started thinking in English when speaking. If I can, you can. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.